Hello traders, it's time once again for the Forex Outlook, a market overview brought to you by Dukascopy TV and Investing.com. Well, it was green across the equities board at the end of trade on Friday, and rightly so you might think, as the US and UK looked forward to Monday's public holiday. The S&P 500 had closed at record highs, and Asian shares followed suit when markets reopened, but light trade limited gains. Hong Kong's Hang Seng Index fell 0.07% and the Shanghai Composite rose by 0.36% as market sentiment was helped by comments from Hong Kong's Premier, who said the country's economy had stabilised, though it still faces downward pressure. The Ukrainian elections, which passed without serious incident, also supported sentiment. Petro Poroshenko declared victory following Putin's promise on Friday to honour the outcome. In the week ahead, investors will be looking ahead to revised data on US first quarter growth, while Tuesday's report on consumer confidence will also be in focus. Now, in terms of currencies, there were big losses for some of your favourite currency pairs at the end of last week and the beginning of this one. The euro fell to 3-month lows against the dollar and 17-month lows against the pound after weak German business sentiment data underlined expectations that the European Central Bank will ease monetary policy at its next meeting in June. The Japanese yen weakened against the dollar after the minutes of the April 30th board meeting released on Monday showed continued minority dissent over growth and inflation views. Mario Draghi will speak in Portugal later in the week, and his words will be closely watched. Commodity currencies could hinge on Australia's private capital expenditure report ahead of Canada's GDP release on Friday. It may be a 3-day weekend for some, but there is still plenty going on, so traders, make sure you keep watching this space.
You've got me down.
Gold futures ended Friday's session lower after better than expected data on new home sales in the US added to signs of a recovery in the housing market. On the COMEX division of the New York Mercantile Exchange, gold for June delivery ended Friday's session down 0.25%. Despite Friday's lackluster performance, COMEX gold advanced 0.31% or $4.10 an ounce on the week, as ongoing tensions between Russia and Ukraine remained in focus. So the election process passed mostly peacefully, and investors will await global reaction to determine the strength of gold's safe haven appeal. Market players will also focus on revised data on US first quarter growth due on Thursday for further indications on the strength of the economy and the need for stimulus. And sticking with commodities, New York traded crude oil futures rallied to a 5-week high on Friday amid indications the US economy is finally shaking off the effects of a weather-related slowdown over the winter. On the New York Mercantile Exchange, US crude oil for delivery in July rose to a daily high of $104.50 a barrel, the most since April 21st, before subsequently settling at $104.35 by close of trade. That's up 0.59% or 61 cents. Of course, investors will continue to monitor the post-election situation in Ukraine in terms of potential supply disruptions and whether the calls for sanctions on Russia will dissipate. Both Dukascopy and Investing.com will have the latest developments as they happen, so viewers, don't go anywhere. Well, there we go. Does a minor dissent among the Bank of Japan signal time for change? What might the ECB's unconventional tools consist of? And how will Poroshenko's election win play out? Maximise your trades by tuning in next week to the Forex Overview, brought to you by Dukascopy TV and Investing.com. For now though, it's goodbye.